Hi there, my name's Vinny. Well, I go by the nickname Vinny Choff, but Vincenzo. I'm an avid cyclist. Last 10 years, I suppose. 2009, I've been cycling serious. I think I've covered just over 30 odd thousand kilometres, 35,000 kilometres on my steel frame bike. And I used to be a mechanic. First job I came out of school. I've kept in touch with keeping up maintenance and stuff like that, and try to do as much as I can myself. I thought I'd show you how to remove a wheel, a tyre, if you get a puncture, and also some tips that might help you. I went out on a club ride recently, and 3 of us out of 5, I think, or 6 got punctures. I was one of them, and helped to show the best way using, if you look at the manufacturers, they'll explain some of the good ways, but also as well the things that I learned. So some things to check out for this is if you got a puncture, then one of the things to do is turn the tyre around, look to see whereabouts, if there's anything there. If it is, of course, take it out. Also as well, what's happened before on some of the rides is people can't see what's done the puncture, put the tube back in, and then we get another puncture down the road. So there's a tip that when you take the inner tube out, keep it in situ. So for instance, I'll show you, I'll take this out now anyway, let all the air out. And what you want to do is keep the inner tube in situ in the same place where it will be with the tyre, so that when you take the inner tube out, you try and find where the leak is and match it to the hole and investigate that area. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move it off of the bead into the central of the tyre, which is going to make it easier to remove it. Don't know if you heard that. The first one clipped, but the second one didn't. So what I've done is I've literally just pushed the tyre into the middle. If you look at the rim, in the middle of the rim, it's got like a deep part, you know, of like a U shape, which when you get the tyre in there will make it a lot easier to remove. Another thing that's nice, the shops do as well, is when you put your tyres on, try and put the manufacturer's bit next to the tube. Not that it does anything, I think it's just about looks. Let's see if we can, right, so I'm going to push that bead into the middle, and I'm going to try and pull up. There we go. So these are nice and very flexible, they are. Vittoria courses. I'm trying out the controls, which have got slightly heavier, but they've got a thicker tyre, so they're a bit more resistant to punctures. But we shall see. I've only had one puncture on this, which was in the sidewall. I think another thing is it's really important to check your tyre pressures out before you go out on the ride. But so there you go. So that's all coming off, just pushing it out. Literally all I did was, this is an exaggeration, right? So I got hold of the tyre, pulled it up once it came out over the rim, and then worked my way round, and then it came out. So I'm going to push the tyre over. So this is if I had a puncture by the side of the road, which is what happened. What I did was I took the inner tube off, kept it in the same direction, the same location. I pumped it up, found out where it was leaking, and then wherever it was leaking, I then looked in that area on the tyre to make sure and see what had happened, and then I didn't find anything. I reckon what had happened on my particular puncture, something had gone through the sidewall of the tyre and made a puncture. But that come off relatively easy. And there's the wheel. I'm gonna clean these up before I reinstall some. I've got some new Velo Flex tyres, which is supposedly very hard to install. So I'm going to try and put them. But just thinking a few more tips. Make sure your rim tape is in good condition. Make sure your rims are good as well. If you've got wear indicators, so on this particular Kamsin Campagnolo, the wear indicator is in the middle. There's like a depth, and as long as you've not reached that depth, then you're still good. You know, plenty of life in the rims. Remember, these things are supporting you when you're whizzing down the road, so you don't want them to fail. You want to keep them good. Remember to check manufacturer's guidelines. I hope that helps. Let me know if there's anything else I should have mentioned or could have helped you. And I look forward to your likes and comments. Thanks again.